So what they're really claiming is, back in 1969, ahead of schedule on the first attempt, when all of NASA's computers had 1/1,000th the computing power of a cell phone, they sent astronauts 1,000 times farther into space than they can send today with 54-year better technology. So what they're really claiming is they had 1,000 times better technology in 1969 than they do today.
Not necessarily.
Well, but that is because you can't have better technology in the past and in the future.
Right,
That's impossible.
But they haven't done a moon landing program today. So if they started a moon landing program today, the technology is vastly superior, right?
So it would
computing
take
power of your
less
phone.
time. It would take less time to return to the moon.
If they
but
did.
it's taking more
But
time
they're
instead
not
of less
doing,
time.
right? But they're not doing it, right? Like during the
Because
Apollo.
they can't do it.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. But the Apollo program doesn't exist today. The Apollo program was a massive program to try to beat Russia to get the first person on the moon. And it was a concerted effort by how many scientists? How many people were involved? How many employees? How many, overall? I mean, very compartmentalized, right? But how many people overall were involved in the Apollo moon landing?
Well, a couple 100,000.
Okay. That's a lot of people to organize and to focus on one very specific goal. That's not happening today. So to say that we can't do it today, it's like people would say, if I was steel manning their position, I would say, no, we're not trying to do it today. If we wanted to do it today, we could do it today.
Well, actually, they are
400,000, it says. At the peak, Apollo program employed 400,000 people and required the support of over 20,000 industrial firms and universities. So here's the argument against that it would be fake. Everyone would know, and everyone would tell, and it would get out.
Well, let me show you how that's not true. First of all, Eugene Kranz, flight director, he said, out of his own mouth, that a person in the command center in Houston during a launch to the moon can tell no difference whatsoever between a computer simulated flight and a real flight. They can't tell the difference. It's just a bunch of numbers going by on a screen. So if a person in the command center cannot tell a difference, then how could we as a 10-year-old watching it on our living room at home? And then, do you really think the CIA is so stupid to tell the person making the glove or the boot or the door handle, hey, we're really not going to the moon. Be sure not to tell anybody.